the one that comes to mind for me in terms of how these soft skills can be measured in hard results is really we had this leader that we were working with, very competent, business acumen was amazing, very, very, very intelligent human being and very self-disciplined. So this person had been an athlete in a previous life, and as you know, in high performance sport, there's a lot of discipline. And so they had adopted a mindset for themselves that, you know, no excuses, make it happen. And they were extremely disciplined in their nature with themselves. And the challenge was that didn't translate into the way that they actually worked with other people. Now, before you get ahead of yourself thinking that he allowed substandard behavior, I think it's really important to say that this person, in his nature and his approach, he was quite, for lack of a better term, vicious in his approach with his team. So because he had that hardcore, no excuses, make it happen kind of mentality, and he had accepted that for himself, and it had brought him a lot of success, he took that to the team and also didn't notice the impact that it would have sometimes when he would deliver those home truths. Now, what we did was we actually worked with this individual and taught them how to notice what the impact of the words and the approach in delivery of the information was actually landing with the people in front of him. In addition to that, he stopped making assumptions that everyone that he was dealing with was as capable of dealing with setbacks or, being in trouble or missing a KPI in the same way that he took to being motivated to correct it or motivated to fix it. And so what he started to do was to not compromise the messaging or the communication, because he's still very, very focused on making sure that people get great results. But he was able to look at the people in front of him and perhaps adapt the messaging in a way that that person had the capacity to be able to receive it. So being able to change his tone of voice, to perhaps change the time of the day, to offer a pre-frame so that people knew that a difficult conversation was about to happen so that they could be prepared and ask questions. And so what this did was it actually changed. So the measurable or the hard result was it actually changed the retention of staff over a period of 18 months. So they had basically 44% of their staff would leave within a 9-month period under this person's leadership for a period of time. And when we measured the 12 months and the 24 months after this huge change took place in their conduct, they actually retained 80% of the people that were working there over that period of time. So I think what we can see is that if we're not reflective and we don't look at ways that we can adapt, then people vote with their feet and they leave. And as we know, finding, attaining and keeping staff in this climate is such a huge issue. So that's an idea that comes to mind right now. And obviously, I think probably it bears mentioning that this person's enjoyment in the leadership roles also increased dramatically. If people are always having to drive the hard bargain as a leader and to have the hard conversations, and there's no joy or payoff from it, then life becomes pretty hard for the leader as well. And so by adopting this approach, not only did they see a fantastic result in terms of their attrition and retention rates within the staffing numbers, but there was also much more enjoyment in turning up to work every day and doing the job that needed to be done.